Hi everyone, welcome back. This is Giri, and in this video we are actually going to see what is a rate limiter. You guys might have heard about this term rate limiter, but you might not have known like what does this do. I mean, where is it used actually, right? So rate limiter is nothing but it's a mechanism to control the rate of traffic sent by your client or a service to the service basically. So to understand this deeper, let's actually take this example here, that is Instagram. And let's assume that we have an Instagram, and then there are two users for the Instagram. One is a normal user who, I mean, by what I mean normal is nothing but, so he usually posts only 2 posts per day. Okay, 2 posts per day. There is a mad user who actually posts 200 posts per day. You know, he's obsessed with Instagram, so he's going to post 200 posts. So every time a user actually posts a post in the Instagram, the post actually might contain what? Let's actually talk about what does a post contain. Post can contain images, post can contain videos, post contains tags, location, and many of these fields, right? So basically these all of these fields is a memory, right? This is all a memory, some MBs it will be. Let's say the post worth is actually 2 MB, and every time I post something, so this post is going to call an API. Correct, it's going to call an API. So most probably it will be post API, and then this is going to call a Instagram server. This API server will hit the server, and then this server will internally store this data for the user 21, right? User 21, he posted something like metadata and everything. Date it stores, post details, entire thing it is going to store in the database. So basically, in order for all of this to happen, basically Instagram is investing some money in running these computers, right? Correct or not? Yeah, it is going to invest so much money to keep the servers up and running for all the users. No, he is actually posting 2 posts. So Instagram is able to, say that, hey, that's okay because I'm going to get the revenue by using ads, right? Revenue by using ads. So it's going to say that 2 posts per day is okay for me because that is, that will still get me revenue of, ads revenue. But let's say this mad user here, he posts 200 posts per day. And then, Instagram will go in loss because for every of the, for any of this operation from here to here, let's say it is going to cost me some, 2 rupees. Let's assume that 2 rupees it's going to cost. So if normal user is posting 2 posts, so it is going to cost 4 rupees for Instagram. But let's assume that this mad user is actually posting 200 posts per day here. Now this is going to put in some money of 400 rupees for the Instagram to just maintain this user every day. Correct? So this is nothing but cost reduction. I mean, cost reduction has to happen because in this way Instagram is not going to be sustainable, right? So that is why Instagram will actually have something called as a rate limiter. Whenever this API is there, right? So this place we have something called as rate limiter. This actually defines. So Instagram will set a predefined condition saying that from any user ID, unique user ID. So I'm going to allow only 10 posts per day. If it crosses more than that, then it is not going to allow and send it to the server, and it is not going to store that information in database or anywhere. So which means like the Instagram is actually limiting the number of posts here. Similarly, if you look at Google is going to allow from the same IP address, right? So from the same IP address, Google will allow only to create 10 Gmail accounts. That's it, 10 Gmail accounts. So this is one kind of rate limiter defined by Google. This is one kind of rate limiter defined by Instagram. Similarly, there are these kind of rate limiters defined by different companies to actually save money or to avoid bots and everything. Because instead of this mad user, there is one more guy called as he's a programmer, and then he wants to post everything. But instead of 200 posts, he can post 400 posts. He will just write a Python code or some script kind of thing wherein it does all of this operation automatically. Take the image here, add the image, add the video, add the content, and everything. He can call this service and then automate this entire process, because this is nothing but a bot, right? So if a bot is making a request on behalf of the user, so this rate limiter is going to define that when it crosses some threshold, it is not going to allow a user or anyone to make a request to the server. Similarly, there is something called as whenever server is exceeding the number of requests, there are these many requests that are coming to the server. Maximum threshold that a server can hold is, let's say we are 200 requests per day. So if it is going to cross that, then it is not going to allow any of this requests to come to this. This is also one kind of rate limiting number of API requests that our server can handle. So this rate limiter is also used to prevent resource starvation. Resource starvation. this is all about rate limiter. I hope you understood what exactly this is. You might have got in a basic idea of what rate limiter is, why companies do use it, whenever you are using some third-party APIs or something like that, right? In those cases, putting a rate limiter is actually very best option. Let's say I'm using AWS services, AWS APIs, Amazon's API, and my application uses this, and this guy is going to cost me some $0.02 per every request, right? So if I create a bot and then send in so many requests to my server, then this is going to cost number of requests into $0.02, so which is going to cost me that much money to have the access to the API. So that is why I put a rate limiter here, saying that hey, you can allow from any user, I will allow only 5 requests per day, like that. So this is all the whole concept of rate limiter, and then we're going to discuss more in the next videos. Thanks for watching.